Hey Taurus, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for December 9th, 2025. This is for Taurus. Last shuffle is coming out for Taurus. Jeez, I'm getting, jeez. Okay, Taurus, we've got discovery here, and I feel there's something that you're going to find out that's going to clear a lot of things up for you with fragmented energy. You're going to find out, or it's more so like, I don't think people are going to come to you and be like, oh, Taurus, let me tell you what's on my mind. Although that is definitely a possibility because I'm seeing heart to heart conversations here. But when you find out what's on their mind, it will free you. Because I feel that for many of you, you are concerned, overtly concerned about others, about what others feel or think. Also, too, you're concerned about their path. You're concerned about where someone's headed or where they're going. This could be children, siblings, family members, friends, your romantic partner. I feel that especially with a romantic partner, it's very important that you just focus more on visualization techniques. Those things are very important because whatever is done in the mind is done in the real time because we always follow our thoughts. That's why although your thoughts are sacred unless you have someone who can read minds, which is very possible, right? But there's still something that others can't reach deep into. And so I feel that there are some things that you may feel that are on others' minds about you, your situation, maybe them. Maybe you did things that impact others and you're concerned about their path in life. And Spirit wants you to focus more on self. They want you to realize here that yes, okay, Five of Cups, Tower, Lovers, and Emperor. Yes, maybe you crashed and burned. Maybe you let people down. Five of Cups, right? Maybe that happened, right? Because it's showing a discovery. So this could be someone else. Maybe they're doing things that are completely contrary to what anyone would want for them, right? Especially with children. You always see, you know what I mean? You want them to be a certain way. You want them to live a certain life. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's not cut and dry. Okay, I want them to be a lawyer and live this kind of life. Maybe they're just making decisions that you wouldn't approve of. Maybe they're making decisions that you wouldn't do. Like, oh, they're dating a certain kind of person. Maybe the person isn't half bad, but no. Do you see what they look like? Do you see what they're doing? Do you see what they want to be in their life? Come on, look at their family, kind of vibe. You may be in that space. I'm only throwing that out there because that's what's coming up in the energy for someone. And it could be that, or it could be that you have let people down. You have crashed and burned. I'm seeing a phoenix rising out of the ashes with this energy. Someone has like done something, maybe their life has been imbalanced. And you may be overtly focused on the fears of how they look at me, how they think of me now because of what has occurred. And Spirit is saying that when you focus on that, it throws you off. It throws you off your path. Um, right there, it's a trap. Fear is a trap for you. When you worry about others, you fall in that trap. Okay? Your life is meant to be directed by you, and theirs are by them, right? I feel that everyone around you is really struggling to gain independence, struggling to separate their lives from yours. I feel in a lot of your relationships, not to say, I don't want to be attached to Taurus, but to say, I don't want whatever's going on with them to impact what's going on with me. And I don't want whatever's I'm going through to impact them. We want to have um, go through our difficulties without impacting the next. Everyone sort of well, I won't say everyone because there are some people that are like they can't wait to ruin someone's life. You meet people like that all the time. They can't wait to mess your day up, and I've met people like that where they wake you up with the bull. You know what I mean? Man, I had a relative, like I used to talk to her almost every day, right? And she would call me at the crack of dawn with some bull crap. It started sweet. I used to have to take breaks from this relative. Like I would talk to her heavily and then I would not talk to her for 2 years. And then I would talk to her again and then would get heavy and then she'd start doing it. And it's like she couldn't wait. She'll wake me up at 4 a.m. Like, oh my gosh, this happened and that happened. I'm like, why? If you had a choice and you put yourself in that situation, you're waking me up to talk about it? Like, no. No, I'm not doing it anymore. Oh, well, I guess that was my cue to stop talking about that. How about that? Sorry about the noise. Okay. Spirit says shush about that. But either way, as what wonderful. Um, I feel that people are struggling, right? Everyone can. Mm, everyone has a path, they've got to walk it, you included. Okay. And so what I'm getting off of this is that they want you to stay strong, be the guiding light, to continue to focus on balancing yourself or creating somewhat of a balance. And by that, that would be to rise up out of your situation, get up, dust yourself off, and try again. They want you to use magenta, right? And the color magenta vibrates on this frequency of like connecting to a deep inner knowing. It's almost like the Schumann's resonance sort of color, where it touches inside of a person, where it connects your intellect, it connects your intuition, and I'm seeing that for you. Okay. And that would help you to see that other people are struggling in almost the same way, much the same way. I feel that it's very important for you to say, I am surrounded by love and support, so that you are able to see, even in the smallest of nuances, the love and support that truly is surrounding you, so that you are able to focus more on yourself. I feel that the energy off of other people can be very distracting, because we're looking at, well, how do they view me now? I know I messed up, or I know I did this. I know I'm not where I want to be. I wonder how they're looking at me. And it's very easy to fall into that trap. I don't care what anybody says. It's very easy, especially when you love people and maybe you made a mistake, maybe they made a mistake. You do question every step after that. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm just throwing that out there because I'm seeing thoughts. I'm seeing people thinking and very concerned about what they're thinking about where you are, the will, like what you have done, where you are going. And so they're showing here that you are a phoenix rising out of the ashes, and the freedom is really yours, that you can make your life whatever you want it to be. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of relationships where there's a lot of heart to hearts, where people are coming together, they want to talk to you, discussing our feelings honestly with each other. Okay. But you want to do the visualization technique of imagining you and that person surrounded by a very healing light. Of course, make the light whatever you like to make it, but I'm seeing gold and magenta. Excuse me. I'd say gold or magenta or whatever color suits you best. Um, and surrounding yourself with that light and feeling the relationship healing. Because if we come from that space, right, where we already feel that the relationship's healed, we're already looking at it going, it's healed, we're good. You're going to approach them with a healed energy. It's almost to show that um, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is a pot of gold at the end of this rainbow. That your energy will inspire that in others. So it's very important that you do this, right? I'm seeing angel number 7777. Usually that number talks about a change of perspective. Usually that number speaks about that you've got to see things differently. You need to keep going down the road you're on. I feel you'll be inspired as you continue throughout the day. You'll be inspired. You'll see big changes, things you'll be happy about. These are big changes. I don't think things will ever go back to the way they were, and that's a very good thing. There's a lot of things that need to be uncovered, right? And so that's what I'm getting off of that. Okay, that things won't go back to the way it was. That's a great thing. The fragmented energy is the Five of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. I think that what fragments everyone, or fragments you more than anything else, is the conflict itself. So I'm seeing a conflict with the Five of Wands, and I'm seeing that that may be what we're all focusing on, right? Is all sides of the street. You may be like, how do they feel about the conflict? How do they feel about what I said? How do they feel about how I've acted? And that's what's got you all scattered about. Instead of saying, you know what, they've got their path to walk, and so do I. And I need to figure out how this path is going to be balanced. How can I get on flat footing? On a flat surface. How can I continue to get to my goal? Because doing so frees them up to do the same. I feel like because they're warning you, like if we continue down this path, what we're attracting, it seems like what it will foster the energy of focusing on others. They'll be focusing on you quite a bit, and it fosters a jealous, suspicious, even materialistic energy out of people rather than the love and support that spirit wants you to resonate with. Okay. The decrease is the fool and high priestess. The decrease is in the mystery where we're like doing things impulsively based off of some level of ignorance. I don't exactly know how they feel, so I'm just going to impulsively assume that um, this is not going to be healed. It can't be. I've messed up so badly, it doesn't matter. Instead, you know what I mean? There's a decrease in that energy. And once you discover that you are the master of your own domain, right? You're walking your own path. And the only person that you should be concerned about letting down is yourself. And that's something that they're talking about here. The conflict. Jeez, man. Taurus, what are y'all going through? Jeez, Taurus. The conflict is the Queen of Swords and the Three of Swords. The problem is the perspective. The real conflict is a perspective. Is the overthinking. These are all thoughts, right? This is air energy. My left hand is itching so badly. And now my right, for no reason. You'll know what to do, but don't allow yourself to lean on your own thinking, your own mind at this point. You really need to tap into that deepest inner knowing. Realize that you're free from this. You don't need to continue to ruminate over this. You're free from it. Yeah, you're free from it. Horses may be important in this situation. A phoenix may be important, but overall it's very important that you imagine the relationship healing and stop thinking about how bad it was and what separated everything. It's very important that you don't focus on that. You focus on that healing light, right? Because this is going to render you, it's going to throw you off. It's a trap. Don't fear that you messed up. Don't worry about that. Worry about getting yourself where you need to be. Because once you get out of that space, right, you are where you need to be. It sort of frees everyone else up to do the same rather than we're all focusing so much on the next person. There's a suspicious energy. It feels like a snake, like a bad energy that could, like a poltergeist, right? There's a difference between ghosts and poltergeists. Everybody's like, ooh, a poltergeist. Poltergeists are something that's created out of energy out of us. Ghosts are like, of course, considered uh, someone who's incarnated, who's lived here and they have transitioned, but they haven't quite left, right? But the poltergeist is more so of something that came from you. It follows you around, right? It won't. Ghosts may adhere to a person, but may stick to a place, an object. But a poltergeist, it's on you. Wherever you go, and they'll be like, "I'm trying to leave. I'm running away," and they're moving to a new house, and it's there too. So I feel like there's somewhat of one in that space, in someone's space here, and it's all coming from negative, dark feelings of like I let people down, and life is bad, and also I'm a failure, and the conflict would be ruminating over it. You really need to clear your thoughts, clear your mind. Um, this could have happened. Whatever this is could have happened this year. It could. You could be born in year of the snake because I'm seeing that. So a year of the snake. We're in the year of the snake. So something could have happened this year to cause all this, or it could be 2013, 2001, 1989, 77, 65, 53, 41, 29. That could be the year you or someone significant to the situation was born, or it could just represent the year that something happened. Um, hmm, it's really important to pay attention to how you are feeling about things, but also to change your perspective. Pay attention to how you're looking at stuff. If you're not looking at things from a place of let me rise up out of this, let me um, get a balance. Let me really focus on healing the situation rather than assuming or being suspicious that it can't ever be healed, or they're thinking negatively. be in that spot. Just be in the place of positivity, and be attentive in how you're looking at things. Very important. All right, so you could be dealing with a Scorpio, an Aries, a Gemini, Pisces, Libra, Aries heavily though. Okay, so you could be an Aries Taurus cusp. You could be dealing with a Libra Scorpio cusp or a Virgo Libra cusp. You could be also be dealing with a Pisces Aries cusp. You could be an Aries Taurus cusp. If you're not dealing with those signs, which you don't have to be, those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.